All right, ladies and gentlemen, I like to make watch videos and I have very limited time. So I'm very busy. I don't have a lot of patience for salesmen coming to my house. I live in Southern California where it's very, the real estate market's very tight. I'm getting phone calls a lot from Russian oligarchs who are offering me cash for my house. I hang up because I have nowhere to go if I sell this house. So the other day I was going to compose a video about this beautiful Seiko watch with a blue dial Transocean. And there's a knock on my door, and a gentleman in his 50s with a bushy gray mustache, glasses, khaki pants, and a tan sport coat, white tennis shoes, which I felt was not a good compliment for his outfit. He said he had a client who wanted to buy my house. And I said, "I'm sorry, my house isn't for sale." And he said, "Sir, my client can make a very, very enticing offer. He wants to give you $1 million in cash." And I said to him, "I'm sorry, but $1 million doesn't buy me a lot in this neighborhood, honestly. I mean, my mortgage payment is almost up. I'm locked into a very low interest rate, 2.65. I can't deal with that right now. I'm trying to make a watch video. I do not want to sell my house." And the gentleman says, "Sir, my client can really make this a sweet deal for you. He knows very many sports owners in Los Angeles, and he can get you free season tickets for basketball, hockey, football." And I said to him, "I quit sports. I'm into watches. I don't watch sports. Even if I like sports, what's that going to do for me? If I'm going to games and I'm homeless, what's that going to do for me? I mean, sports doesn't help me at all." He says, "Sir, my client can make this a very sweet offer for you, very sweet. He's willing to give you an additional $100,000 for upgrades on your new home. And your new home's going to be cheap. I can get you distressed property for 1/5 the value of your current house in San Bernardino." And I say to him, "San Bernardino's 2 hours from my work. Can you imagine me driving a 2-hour commute? Have you looked at the cost of gas lately?" And the guy says, "I'll tell you what, my client is willing to give you a stipend for an electric car, no gas costs at all." And he said, "Even if I have an electric car, a 2-hour commute is going to crush my psyche. I will die of boredom. I can't stand driving for 2 hours in a commute." And he says, Sir, my client can sweeten this deal. He's willing to give you a free lifetime subscription to satellite radio. Imagine all the knowledge you'll amass. You'll have the equivalent of a PhD. I already have a PhD. And even if I got your free satellite radio, the toxic fumes from driving and pollution and smog will shave 10 years off of my life, all right? So please leave." The guy doesn't go. He says, Sir, I want to make this clear to you. If I get you a distressed property in San Bernardino, you won't have a mortgage payment anymore. You'll be able to retire today. And by retiring today, that's going to add 30 years to your life. And to make you healthy in your retirement, my client owns one of the most luxurious health spas in the country. He's going to give you a free lifetime membership. I say to him, gyms, health clubs are cesspools of contagions. I quit working out at gyms 15 years ago. I work out in my garage. Thank you very much. The guy's not repelled by my response. He says, "Sir, my client has friends in the tech industry who can get you a special cable box that will give you a free lifetime subscription to every cable channel in the world. What do you think of that?" I quit watching TV, I say to him. I'm trying to read 500 classic novels before I die, all right? So please leave. And the guy goes, Sir. My client owns a luxury condo in Maui. He's willing to give you 3 free weeks a year, and this condo is right across the street from a bakery that specializes in cinnamon rolls. When you wake up in the morning in Maui and you smell those fresh cinnamon rolls, I tell you, you will believe you're in paradise. And I say to him, "You know what? I quit eating sugar and gluten about 2 months ago, so cinnamon rolls don't interest me. And he's still not repelled by my answer. He says, sir, my client owns a chain of seafood restaurants. He's willing to give you free lobster for the rest of your life. Can you imagine free lobster, sir, forever and ever? And I say to him, sir, I can't eat lobster. I'm trying to manage my cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Do you realize I'm trying to manage my low-density proteins and lipids? This is ridiculous. I can't eat lobster. And finally, the guy looks dejected. He slumps down and goes, sir, you are a tough customer. I really tried to make this a problem. I'm sorry, I say to him. I'm trying to make a video about watches. I got to pick up my girls at school. I don't have time for this. I'm sorry, man. And so the guy finally wishes me goodbye, and he goes away, and I go in to make a video, and I hear some noise in my backyard. And I open up my office window, I'm looking out, and there's the real estate agent. He's looking at my dwarf mandarin tree, and he's smelling one of the mandarins on my tree. And I go, what the heck are you doing on my property? He goes, sir, you didn't tell me you had an orange tree in your backyard. This makes it so that I can have my client offer you an additional $200,000. I say, number one, that's not an orange tree, it's a mandarin tree. But that's beside the point. I want you off my property or I'm calling the cops. And he says to me, sir, please show some appreciation. I'm trying to maximize the value of your home. And I'm standing in mud here by your orange tree. And I look down at his white tennis shoes and they have holes in them and there's mud all over them. And I say, you need to get off my property. So we're arguing back and forth. He gets a phone call on his cell phone, and it's another client, he tells me. He says, sir, I got to go. Yeah, thank you for going. And he says, but I'll be back tomorrow. I go, I don't want you to come back. We're done with this. You understand? And as if I didn't say anything. I'll see you at 2 o'clock. So I don't believe this. I think he's going to be here at 2 o'clock today, and I think I'm moving to San Bernardino. This is unbelievable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to pack. I'm out.